Welcome to the second video in the series of your final project reports for GIS 200. This section is just a general overview of the report and what it should be, and hopefully it'll give you some idea of how to think about it in the big picture. First, I want to do a quick overview. Your report should be written somewhat narrative in nature. In other words, you're going to tell it like a story. It shouldn't just be a list of facts. It should flow and read well. Be concise and to the point, be direct and factual, and assume that the intended reader has at least a basic understanding of GIS. In your report, you must include a map you made for the project and at least one table or graph that logically supports your analysis. Now I want to go into a little bit more detail about this. So what this means is, in the process of writing your report and doing your analysis, you must create one map that is designed specifically to answer your question or to show the answer to your question. And you must include this map in your final report. And you must talk about this map in your final report. In addition to that map, you have to make at least one table or one graph that logically supports your analysis. In other words, in the process of getting to the point where you talk about the map and the answer that you're looking for, whether you're providing me additional information or other supporting factors, utilize a table or graph that supports those arguments, those statements, and that those statements logically go along with the analysis and support what you're showing on the map, the things that you're trying to tell me. Additionally, spelling and grammar are important. You're expected to use GIS terminology correctly. It is a habit that many students and some faculty fall into to misappropriate GIS terminology and use things incorrectly. I will give you a little bit of leeway with this, but I expect you to, in general, speak in correct GIS terminology. And if you're not sure how to word something, look back through your chapters that you've covered so far in class and make sure that when you're talking about your feature class, that it is a feature class and not a feature data set. Or if you're talking about a polygon, is it a feature class or is it a shapefile, or do you just want to call it a polygon so you don't have to point out which one it is? Whatever it is, be consistent and be correct. There are also going to be some mandatory topics that you have to have in your paper. They have to be there. And I expect you to always cite your sources. So when you're talking about whether it's historical information, like flying squirrel habitat has been whatever since whenever, where did you get that information from? You have to cite sources. And I have provided a link. It was either in the project help section document, or it's in the syllabus. I can't remember which one off the top of my head. That shows examples on how to cite your sources. And I will provide you that link in class as we get near the end of the semester, should you have difficulty finding it. They will help you correctly cite your sources. Now, I'm not the citation police, so I'm not going to go around and say, you didn't put the comma in the right spot. If in general what you do looks correct, I'm not going to pick at it to make sure that it is perfect. Anyway, make sure that your citations are provided. When you're writing, just again, be concise, to the point, direct, factual, and assume that the readers have a basic understanding of GIS. Okay, some other requirements. Your final project must meet the following general criteria. A minimum of 4 to 6 text pages. A text page does not include your maps, your charts, your graphs, your references, or the cover page. just to make sure that we're clear, I want to count off the pages on your report. You have a cover page. It does not count. You start off next with your other required components, and as you go through them, they all count, they all count, they all count, until we get to the end of the report where your charts, your tables, and your figures and your maps are placed. They're always placed at the end of the report, not in the text. If they're in the text, I will drop the scores on them dramatically. I want them at the end of the report. Now, once I get to the end of the written sections, before the tables and figures and before the references, that is the end. That is the end of the text pages, and that is the end of where they count. All charts, tables, and figures and maps should be at the end, not placed in the body of the report. I'll talk a little bit about your cover page. It should include the following items: your name, the name of your study or project, the class or course name, and the date you submitted it. All reports are supposed to be double-spaced, 12-point font, no space between before or after paragraphs. Okay, you finish a paragraph, you go to the next one. I can tell it's a new paragraph because the first sentence is indented, you know, the way paragraphs do. Don't add extra lines and spaces in places to separate things. It just eats up space that I want you to fill with words. Number each page at the bottom of the page, beginning on the first page of the text, not on the cover page. Cover pages should not have a number on them. So we'll go over that in class, how to do that. And so if you're not sure, we can cover it then.